Hello and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. Today I'll be reviewing this R349 3-inch quad from Diatone. Now, I've been a Diatone fanboy since the GT200 came out in 2016, and I'm convinced it single-handedly changed the ready-to-fly mini-quad market. It was the first quad to be fast-tuned, really well built, and it looked great. And when it appeared, it just kick-started the whole market, and everyone else copied their approach, and there's now a huge range of awesome ready-to-fly mini-quads. Now, I still fly my GT200, and for a long time it was my go-to quad. Diatone launched the GT 2017 the following year, which was okay, but despite a better spec, it was a bit lackluster. And since then, they've produced a range of awesome components like the Mamba F4 flight stack I reviewed recently. But their ready-to-fly quads have been a bit disappointing, to be honest. But now, they've launched this awesome R349 3-inch ready-to-fly racer, and it looks like Diatone have recovered their mojo. Let's take a closer look. Unusually for Diatone, the packaging in this is a bit bland. In the box there's the quad, there's some props, and we've got these two different coloured canopies. It comes in clear, black and grey. Got a complete set of spare bolts, some cable ties, a spare cable to fix the Mamba flight controller in, and really nicely there's a little buzzer board which we'll attach later on. We've got an XT30 if you didn't have one, and of course we've got the nuts for the props and a few spare double-sided pads for mounting batteries and so on. Now, this is a really nicely built quad. The finish on the carbon frame is, well, it's just awesome. It's got no sharp edges, all been smoothed off very nicely, machined smooth by the looks of it, and it's mega strong, incredibly stiff. This carbon frame is, let's just have a quick look, it's just over 4mm, and the wiring and soldering is just about the best I've ever seen, and it's just such a cute little quad, 3-inch. Looks like I'm reverting to being a Diatone fanboy again. This will just need a receiver adding, and I'll get that buzzer added. So this is 135mm 3-inch monoframe made from 4mm carbon, which is very nicely finished, and it's got this injection moulded canopy which is clear on mine, although I thought I'd ordered white, but it comes with these two as we saw before, nicely finished. You can fly this on 3 or 4S, but I think it's really designed for 4S to be as fast and punchy as possible, because this is designed as a racer more than an acro quad. And at the core of this is the Mamba F405 flight stack that I reviewed a few weeks ago, and I've used this on a couple of other builds, and it's an excellent flight stack. Check out my other video for all the details on that. Basically, it's a 20x20 flight stack with an STM F4 MCP and the fairly standard MPU 6000 6-axis gyro with 16 meg of black box memory. And down at the bottom here we've got a 4-in-1 ESC which gives us 20 amps continuous, 25 amps for 5 seconds as a burst, and it's got loads of noise cancelling capacitors on here. And it supports all the usual ESC protocols, including DShot600. The VTX mounted in the top here is RunCam TX200U, which has got 48 channels, and it's switchable between 25 and 200 milliwatts. And coming out the top here is a really simple, nice little dipole antenna. And on the front we've got the RunCam Micro Swift, which is a pretty decent camera by all accounts. I haven't actually used one yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how we get on with that. So on the face of it, this is a great selection of quality components, and the build quality is just excellent. Honestly, when you see this in the flesh, it's absolutely gorgeous. The best built I've seen of any ready-to-fly quad. So what does it weigh? Let's have a quick look here. that is 127 grams. So that's going to be well under 250 grams, and we've got a battery on it. Let's get this out flying. And that footage isn't sped up at all. It really is that fast and totally rock solid. Even a fast free fall followed by a hard punch out, there's no prop wash. Diatone have obviously spent a long time getting this one right, and it's just so much fun. And this RunCam Micro Swift is surprisingly good. It's the first time I've used it. And I've seen others claiming 180 kph for this, which sounds a bit far-fetched, but I can believe it. Maybe I should get one of those micro GPS modules bolted on here to measure the speed properly. Is it worth buying? Totally. It really is fantastic, and it's just so much fun. And the price is stupidly low, about £100, $120. There's no way you could be building one of these yourself of the same quality with the same type of components for the same money. And it looks like Diatone are back to their ready-to-fly winning ways. Thanks for watching, and if you found that useful, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if it's your first visit, then subscribe to the channel for updates. I'll see you next time.